Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Long time no see. Hope everybody's doing good. Wow. Holy cow. Look at this. Bat mom, good luck. Yeah, I've got a dentist appointment coming up with my youngin here not too far from now. Good luck with you. Bill, good morning, buddy. And I will give you a shout, man. I got some stuff I'd like to talk to you about. Let's see. Brian and Chewy go hiking. Good morning, Buck. Morning, buddy. Maggie, batten down them hatches. I'm trying to stay warm. I mean, whew. Brandon, look like you got your hands full this morning. North Alabama cryptids. Miss Neck. Good morning. Good morning. Michael. Good morning, buddy. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, everybody. Hope you got your favorite beverage with you or whatever. How is everybody this morning? I hear you, man. I hear you, man. I do that a lot, Bill. I do. I'll be at work and I'll listen to a podcast and I can't communicate. I'm driving. I'm driving a stinking bus. Ida Bustamante. Good morning. Ida, I'm hanging in there. I'm taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. Got a lot of stuff going on. It's the reason why I haven't been putting out as much content as normal, but it is what it is. I'll pop on when I can. Hello, Rat. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing good. Oh, that's uh yeah. Hit him with the nitrous. Oh, looky here, looky here. Mr. Lee. How you doing, pal? Good afternoon to you, man. Great. I'm glad to hear it, Lorette. Ooh. Well, I've been looking at some stuff online. Imagine that. Jumping down these rabbit holes. Something I'd like to talk about today. And it's how screwed up our flipping government is. I can't quite understand them. I try to live by the golden rule, do unto others, as you would have them do unto you. Treat people fairly, treat them nice, treat them with respect. And I'm also kind of about, turning the other cheek. I'm not a devout Christian, but I do adhere by those laws, be nice to people. So I can't, it's sometimes hard for me to wrap my head around how evil people can be to one another, and how evil can just take over and you not even know it. It sneaks up on me. I mean, it's sneaky, man. It's sneaky. It's been what, 2-3 weeks since the chemical spill in Ohio, Eastern Palestine, Ohio. I want to show you something I stumbled on. I want to share my screen here. Let's see. Hopefully this will play.
On top, it looks clean, but all you do is stir. And if you could zoom in onto that, Dan, this disrupt the bank a bit. Look at all the chemicals released. There's a kind of a stench, a butane kind of stench coming out just by moving the riverbed around a little bit. That's all sitting in the bed of the river. These chemicals are heavier than the water molecules, and that's why it's resting. This run is dead until this entire bed is cleaned out. And I don't know when that happens. Or if you try to wait naturally, maybe a decade. I see no fish. I see no fauna. There's nothing here. It's all gone. Okay. On top, it looks clean, but all you do
for
all the wells indicate the testing is negative. It's clear. That water certainly can be consumed by residents. I know people have been concerned about that. We advise people until we got the testing back. We advise them, don't drink the water, use bottled water. But the experts all along told us, look, these wells are so deep, we don't see how that any kind of problem at all.
So you're assuring people that the drinking water is safe to drink. You said you just got these tests back and it's safe to drink. But you hear what they're saying, Governor. You hear the folks that Garrett Tunney interviewed, and they don't believe it. They say, we've seen this show before in different situations. I think of 9/11. Everyone was told, it's the air's safe. It's all been tested. Come back down. And then you see what happens 5, 10, 20 years later. People end up with cancer that then gets traced back to these situations. So, why not bring in FEMA, set up housing, give this some time to make sure that what you're finding now is what you're going to be finding a week, a month, and 6 months from now?
Look, many people have gone to hotels. The railroad has been paying for them to be in the hotel. They certainly can continue to do that if they want to do that. All we can. I have results back from all the wells.
Yep. It's amazing how comfortable these guys are lying their ass off to us. After what we just saw before that. And I realized I was still muted, Mr. Lee, but when I started the other video, I was like, oh shit. And I saw your text. Oh God. But what I was saying was that, I try to live by the golden rule, doing to others as I would have them doing to me. I try to treat people with kindness and respect. And living that way, it boggles my mind how it boggles my mind to see how people can be so evil toward one another. That's what's wrong with the world today. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And we've got people with absolute power. They're striving toward more. So they're doing this outrageous shit. It's crazy. This was posted yesterday. Okay. Here, I'll show this to you. Look at this. East Palestine, Ohio, Norfolk Southern Railroad. I mean, just look at that. That endless line of freaking railroad cars. Man, that's insane. Doing it again. Again. Nobody cares. And our illustrious commander and thief makes a surprise visit to Ukraine when he needs to keep his damned ass here and take care of business here in his own backyard and pledge another couple $2 billion to Ukraine. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I feel bad for the people of Ukraine because their government is so fucked up. That guy that's in there right now, their president, we put him there. We as in this nation, our government put him there. Am I a fan of Putin? Fuck no, never like that son of a bitch. All he has to have is that CIA at the end of his credentials. CIA, KGB, whatever. He's former KGB. They're CIA, right? He's a product of the Cold War. He's a product of the Soviet Union. And he wants that back. And he's going to keep going. He's going to keep going. He's wanting everything back. He's an evil bastard too. But he's part of the problem. He's just part of it. Yeah, you're right. They are. I'm so sick of it, man. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm going to be hearing all kinds of crap. Hold on. There's one more thing, and this is in California. Okay. Now, here's this. We're tripping down a conspiracy rabbit hole with all these chemical containers and shit. So I got one more for you to watch or listen to.
Arnson with the Alaska Patriot Network. I am visiting California, and I am here with one of the local ranchers. And I was brought out to this field in Stanislaus County, California. And this is the center of like the heartland of the nut industry, the almond industry, the pecan, or not pecans, I'm sorry, almond, walnut, cattle. There's not a lot out here, folks. And yesterday we were at a gathering and we were alerted by another rancher that the railroad company, some company that nobody knows which company this is, has brought in hundreds of these railroad cars. And you can just see the line of them here. Let me see it, make sure I'm getting it in the shot. Sorry. Getting this in the shot. Now, on the cars, they say odorless liquid petroleum gas. Now, they are loaded. They're riding low on their axles. They're double and triple deep on this switchback. And this is important because these ranchers, this is unprecedented in this area. None of them, they're like, what the hell is this? Why are they bringing this into the, heart of nowhere? I mean, unless you own land here or you're in the know-how, you don't know that this is here right now. And like I said, this is just the end of this line. I'll make sure I'm getting these cars in here. And it goes on for miles. There's hundreds of these cars filled with an unknown liquid in the middle. Now, what's significant about this is just over, a few miles over is the main water pipeline that goes into San Francisco. This also abuts two important in agricultural rivers that feed this agricultural valley. So we don't quite know what's going on here. And it was the talk of the valley yesterday. I'm just visiting from Alaska. So I did ask one of the ranchers to bring me out.
He's been Pete Buttigieg, transportation secretary, been in office for 2 years. We're talking about train derailments. I've seen what the railroads look like. I've seen what the rails look like. There's no upkeep of the infrastructure. Railways are like highways. They need maintenance. And if you don't have maintenance, you're going to have problems. Like when you got a rough winter, that pavement gets tore up. Hard freezes. You got chug holes in the daggone pavement. Tire poppers. I'm telling you, they don't care. And it's become so apparent that they just don't, they're not hiding it. But yet people trust. People trust. And it's no wonder, trains derail. I mean, if you would just look at them. They look like snakes. It's like, how in the hell are they going to stay on? It's a wonder there isn't more. Oh, Lord. Morning, Mogs. Morning, Jen. Let's pop over here, see who else jumped in. Morning, Rick. How you doing, buddy? I mean, it just makes me so damn mad. I would like to sit around and talk about, ghosts and cryptids and UFOs. That's another thing. I'm pretty sure that whole UFO business is a hey, look over here type deal. Because, the government wants you to. What's all these things we're shooting out of the sky? Keep looking up while we're doing all this nasty shit down here. You're not paying attention to. Oh, don't pay attention. There's nothing to see here. Just look at the shiny thing in the sky. That's what's going on now. Yeah, you're right, Buck. Our infrastructure is dog shit. You look at the highways, the railway system. We need the railway system. Yet they overload the, trains with, too many rail cars. Sometimes you'll see a 2-mile long train. You've got 2 or 3 engines in the front, and then you hook up to in the middle, you've got a couple of engines in the middle. What the hell is that? Good morning, Brandy. Good to see everybody. I can't really look at them. They keep blowing them up. Yeah. I don't know, guys. It's just a straight up mess. It's right when it boils right down to it. It's a straight up mess that we're talking about. We're looking at Palestine, Ohio is a disaster area, and this is Katrina level of cover up. PSYOPs. Yeah, Pop, and they hadn't had a caboose on there for probably about 20 years or so, 20, 30 years now. That's the dumbest shit. And you're right, Buck. There's no living there now. There's no living there. I saw another video. A tap water looks like mud. Now, I don't know how much a 3 engine in the back to help push and not have a turn. Yep. Just more and more and more. And this is what you get. And there's no help because it's not a natural disaster. But you have these morons come in and burn this shit off. And what's it do? It creates a bigger problem. Now that stuff's in the atmosphere. And Buck, you're absolutely right. They don't care. You look at Ferguson, Missouri. Water there is still not safe to drink. Still not. You still can't hardly live there. This is an accident. This is not an accident. I don't believe they're accidents. I don't. There's a trend over Montana with these UFO sightings. Ohio, Pennsylvania. I believe we had another train derailment in Arizona. And you hear all these climate change activists out here all telling us all about farting cows and all that. And I'm here to tell you, I absolutely do believe in climate change. I do. I absolutely do. I believe the climate change is 4 times a year. These are cycles. When you're talking about the climate, these are cycles. If you look into it and the Earth's history and how the pole, the magnetic pole has actually shifted. The northern pole, the magnetic northern pole has shifted along with the southern pole. And they're stating that it's not even on the continent of Antarctica now. It's out in the ocean. What we worry about, what we should be worrying about, is our environment. That is our biggest problem. It's how we're poisoning the air we breathe and the land that we have to sustain our sustenance off of. And this has been going on for a very long time. The EPA is a joke. We're in trouble because we're just killing ourselves. Live naturally. That's the best way to do it, if you can. But how you going to do that? The world we live in. I like to talk about something lighter, but this is something that's been on my mind and I want to bring it up. It's something we shouldn't turn a blind eye to. It's something we should pay attention to, pay close attention to, and see how the government reacts to all this. When you see this puppet that's in the office right now, his decrepit ass goes to Ukraine instead of going to Ohio to look at the damage there. The money that has been pledged to the Ukraine is going to help pay pensions there in Ukraine. Why does this not infuriate people to the point of revolution? Leonardo DiCaprio. No, he can keep himself wherever he's at. I appreciate that. No. I mean, there's a guy there's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he was going around handing out checks to people who lived in the spill area, in the spill zone. It was $1,000 he give to each resident. $1,000. At this point, that's 10 times more than the government ever thought about doing. Denying them. The governor,
Well, we're putting them up in hotels. They can stay in hotels as long as they want.
what kind of living is that? You work your life to have a home, to have a place to go to, and it gets taken away from you like that easy. And people don't do shit. Well, okay, I guess I'll have to go along to get along. No truer words have been spoken. We're all docile and depressed because of processed food. I tell you. That's some bullshit. Jen, yes, indeedy. You will own nothing and like it. Yep. In action. You're absolutely right. We do have a few out there that fight the system, that stand up for what's right and do what they were put in office to do. Represent the people. Whether Democrat or Republican, I could give two shits because neither of the parties are worth a damn. Each person in there, they're called representatives. And they're representatives for a reason. They're to represent us. How often are they doing that? How often are they actually doing that? And yes, you're right, Buck. We're becoming a sci-fi dystopia. You look at some of the shit that's going on, and some people will actually dismiss it. They dismiss it and say, "Well, this can't be real. This guy's acting like a comic book supervillain." When the fact is, they are a comic book supervillain come to life. The fact is, the truth is most often than not stranger than fiction. And, cognitive dissonance doesn't just occur with the paranormal. People turn a blind eye and say, no, that didn't happen. That can't happen. That's our government. Our government is supposed to protect us. Our government was supposed to protect us. Look into 9/11. Look at that. And tell me how much our government protects us. People keep their head down, want to live their life and be left alone, so they ignore what's happening. Freedom isn't free. And we haven't been truly free in a long time. We've talked about this before. As a collective, we should be happy there's no Thanos glove. I reckon. This is the truth. This is absolute truth. Most of these people that are in office, they had money to back them. They had some type of charismatic thing going on, or they fit an agenda. They ticked a box. Shit. It's absolutely nuts. And Mr. Lee, Lorette, what's going on over there in England? It's right out of 1984. I mean, you can't talk bad or even bring up refugees coming across the channel into your country. That's insane. That is insane. What it boils down to is a death by 1,000 cuts. You don't notice it. Death by 1,000 cuts, the boiling frog, all those analogies, that's what we're going through right now. And nobody gives a damn except people like us who are free thinkers, think outside the box. See? How is your country any better than communist China right now? We have the number of the beast, 666, all that horse shit. Let me tell you something. We've taken a mark a long time ago. Let's see something here. Okay. A debit card. Okay. Visa debit. See that little chip right there? That little chip. Digital currency. Hey, Marty. Good morning. Oh, China has no fear now. We have a very weak government, and they can walk all over us. Let's see. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. See, the chat here is not like the chat on a lot of other shows that I've seen. I mean, you guys are free thinkers. You don't believe the bullshit that they're trying to spoon feed you. You said, "No, I've got my own over here. I'll eat this. Thank you." And China is bold these days. Like I said, they don't care. They have no fear of us anymore. China, Russia, they have no fear. Once the current regime that is in power right now, and that's what I'll call it. It's not an administration, it's a regime. They're puppets. You can actually see, if you look back and see how things have progressed, if you actually pay close attention, you can tell that there's something else in the background actually running the government. And that's not just us. These have been supplanted. These people have been supplanted in every government across the globe to push an agenda for a new world order. Oh, I will, Marty. Eris Manna. Good morning. If I offend you, I'm really sorry. I will not tone it down. One or two are lies, or I don't care. I like that. I like that. Propaganda. The propaganda machine is like, a Panzer tank. It's rolling through, and it does not care. And people pay attention, and they listen. Oh, the government is right. The government tells us what to do. The government will take care of us. And all that bullshit. Oh. Half of these assholes are so damn evil, I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. That's sad. Yeah, I believe most of us can, Mr. Lee. But I mean, we're a handful. We're a small handful. We are the growing 1% of people in the nation that have freedom of thought, and they like to come after people like us. Call us conspiracy theorists, which is a term that has been, developed by the CIA. Yeah, rope-a-dope, man. Yep. That's what happens. Yep. Mr. Lee, that's right. I mean, it's all over the globe. It's not just here. It's not just here. Don't you find it funny? Not funny, haha. Funny, weird. How right before, now this is another conspiracy rabbit hole. In Turkey, when those mega earthquakes hit, I think it was like 25 different countries pulled their people out nearly a week before it happened. Closed embassies and moved out before they hit. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in luck. I use that term. I'll throw it around, but I don't really mean it. I would say so. I would say my name is on the list. And all of you here that get popped up. So maybe I should not stop putting your name up here. There's power in words. But there's power in words. Thought. But it's all over the globe. It's not just here. We're the ones that are labeled conspiracy theorists. We're the ones that are kooks. But we were the ones who were right about a lot of shit for a long time. And now people are like, huh, who knew? And you can look at them and say, I did, motherfucker. Pull your head out of your ass. You might be able to see something. This is true. Life imitating art? Or is it art imitating life? This is right. They are the world comic book supervillains. They're the ones who want depopulation. That Greta Thunberg. That stupid little shit. How dare you? I just wanted to smack a taste out of her mouth when she said that. You stop. You go home and get yourself a real education, little girl. Please stop. Just stop. God. Maybe we are living in a simulation. Let's who knows? Who knows? Just hiding and watching. This country hasn't recovered from that. The lockdowns, all that, hadn't recovered from that. Lovely Greta. The dumb little shit. A paid shill. You don't see any of these freaking climate activists coming to the aid of East Palestine, Ohio. You're not. Yeah, that's a fact, bud. But we should all look at East Palestine, Ohio, right now, as and just remember it. This is right here is a turning point. This right here is is something we should look at, take note of, and understand. This is what's going to happen to the rest of our country if we allow it. I don't believe any of it. Any of it's coincidence. There's a reason why that Chinese spy balloon floated across the entire United States and we didn't touch it.
Oh, we gotta wait for daytime. We can't see it at night. What? What? Are you kidding me? God almighty. We can't blast it out of the sky over Montana. It might hit somebody. You're over Montana. Jesus Christ. Sweet baby. What? Ah. Well, we're slowly seeing the plan take root. Exactly. Exactly. Montana's about the best state you can shoot something down over. It's as rural as you get. I mean, I built a house. My nearest neighbor's 5 miles away. Yeah. It's crazy. Why do we put up with this shit? Why? Why? Because people have drank the Kool-Aid. People keep their head down. And people say, well, I've got more important things to do. You know who I'm talking to. Exactly. Right. Right. It is it is reading like satire. It's hard to believe this stuff is actually taking place. But I mean, the citizens of this country, whether you're right leaning, left leaning, somewhere in the middle, it doesn't matter. Something's got to happen. And it's going to where people are going to break. You're right, Buck. The wheel breaks without us, but that's a reason why they're going so slow and methodical about it. It's been planted. This has been planned since I believe the turn of the last century. This is the long con. Ta-da. We're worried about paying $10,000 for house damage than shoot two $400,000 missiles at it. Right. Right. They don't care. That's what they do. And people absolutely sit back and take it in. It's like an episode of Saturday Night Live. And it's a train wreck. No pun intended. It is. It's truly a train wreck. East Palestine, Ohio should not be forgotten because West Virginia, parts of Kentucky, and probably Tennessee as well. Maybe southeastern portions of Virginia are going to be affected because of this. Hiker X, dude, long time no see, my brother. Yeah. Where I work, they have one of the best driving programs around. If you have no experience at all driving big vehicles and wish to get your CDL, they'll put you through class. You have to pay for your learner's permit. Once you get through the class, you're getting paid. Well, if you're hired, you're going through a class. But you get paid to go through the class. They help you get your CDL. On top of that, you get a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Now, if you get hired or rehired like me and already have your CDL, you get an extra $1,000. That's a pretty big incentive to come to work for us. You can't get people to do that. They'll get part of the way through, and then if they have to work any, they quit. So I don't know. This is what's happening in the world. The actual UFOs, the actual alien activity that's going on out there is, still being covered up. But the UFOs that the government wants us to believe in, I think, are manufactured. And it's a sleight of hand. It's like, oh, here, look over here. Like I said before. Unfortunately, this is the state of the world we live in. It's the upside down. And I fear for my son's future. I didn't 3 years ago. I wasn't. Yep, it's pretty much that way now. They're wanting to get rid of paper currency altogether. And, that's the only way you'll be able to do any monetary transactions. It's all going to be digital. Yep. This is the state of the world we live in. It's sad. But I hate to bring up all this depressing shit. And I know there's a lot of you is just fed up with it, but it helps to get some of this stuff out. What's this? I have not heard that story. Where did you hear that, man? I need to look that up. Oh, yeah. That's something else I want to talk about. I'm going to try and be back. I'm going to try to come on tomorrow morning and do another early one.
And I want to bring stuff up. I want to bring that up. I'm not going to talk about this again. Second 2 days in a row. I can't do it. It's just too depressing. Okay, I need to see this. I do. I really need to find out. Send me a link, hiker. I want to bring this up, and I want to bring up the animal deaths that I posted on the Facebook group. Okay, I'll look it up. It's in the Dogman Paranormal channel. Okay. Yeah. I agree, Buck. February is weird. It does tend to be a trend. We've discussed this in length quite a few times. And folks, Buck has been tracking this for a couple of years now. And it does seem to happen right around in February. It's crazy. Animal mutilations, weird animals, killings being, reported. I don't know. Now, the bottom line of how I think all this is coming about, there is some type of paranormal. There's something supernatural about this. I think there's something like that, linked into everything that's happening all over the globe. But I want to try and talk about that a little bit tomorrow if I can get on here. Yeah, it's need a little bit of therapy. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. It's just pulling me down, and I'm not looking for any sympathy or anything. I'm just telling you. Oh my gosh. Look who's here. Howdy, Daniela. Good afternoon. How are you? Been meaning to holler at you. Yeah, I'm getting ready to fix me some breakfast myself. Going back on keto a little bit at a time. Feel so much better when I'm on keto. Feral cows would say what? Feral hogs and feral cows need a battle royale. Dude. Oh. Hey, Danielle, it's good to see you. Yeah, buddy. Absolutely. I'm going to wrap this up, guys. At the top of the hour here, 3 minutes into it. Well, actually, it's 19 after. I got a long night tonight. I'm going to get some stuff done before I have to take a nap and to go to work tonight. Yeah, me too, Daniela. I love sugar, but it don't like me. It makes me feel like crap. Thanks, Mogs, for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Sandra, good to see you. Cross my fingers, pal. I'm hoping tomorrow we'll do another show and we'll talk about some of this other stuff. Some of these animal killings and all this other stuff. You too, Marty. You too. You have a good one. I'll be at work tonight. Mogs, I'm going to try and tune into your show and at least listen. I'm going to have a listen at yours too. And Daniela, some of the stuff you've been posting here lately, freaking brilliant. I love it.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, we'll see y'all. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, remember, as always, I love you, mean it.